what's going on? Welcome, how are you doing? Good day, good evening, and also other times. It's freaking Friday. All right. Too much fireworks. Cut it out. All right. All right, we're back. Hold on, what does this say? Okay, we will address this at a later date. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. How you doing? Hey, good day, good evening, also the times. Dude, Volcurin 100. Brother. Dude, Volcurin has been here not saying anything to everybody talking about their streaks. Just in the background. Just slithering his way up to the top. Dude, all you gotta do hey, Drogan, all you gotta do is get careful. Figure out how to get Plague to miss a day, and then you'll take over number 1. I think Plague's number 1 and you're number 2. That's insane, dude. It's insane. Jason Drogan and Nana, what's up, you 3? Hey, heck yeah. Dark Fiber, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome. Man, I'm feeling good today. It has to be an early stream and a short stream, and I'll explain why. I'll explain why I'm late, which I'm excited about, and I'll explain why I have to leave early, which I'm not so excited about. No, I'm not. I didn't even realize you got back. Did you get back with food? One wife demerit. Yes, they do mean things. She doesn't respect me at all. Mark, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Welcome. Kung Fu, what's up, Remy? How you doing, man? Jason, I need you to step your game up, man. I need you to step your game up. You went from consistently always first to like right. Dude, you can't spam the anger. You can't spam the anger reward. You're gonna get the wolf mother, the wolf den mother. We don't want the wolf den mother today. We don't want the wolf den mother today. I'm just kidding, Jason. Volcurin, hey, I'm the quiet assassin. Hey, all good, man. Rebel Soul, what's up, dude? How you doing? Okay, let me see. Jason. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So, yesterday's build for me would be in what is typically like the early stages of a build. Like, never do I just like put a build on and like run out for a day and be like, done. So like, I naturally obsessed about it endlessly from last stream. This morning I woke up and I pulled up ESO Hub set library and I looked at every single set in the game that had the word status effect on it, and I looked at every single set in the game that had the word chilled on it, and I looked at every single word in the game set in the game that had the word frost on it. Literally all of them. Ashton, what's up? How you doing, man? Welcome. I looked at every single gear set, all of them. It wasn't like a ton, maybe like 2-3 dozen, something like that. And I guess that is a lot. One set of all of them immediately popped out. And I was like, that looks crazy. That looks really good, actually. Hey, Ashton, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I was like, I think that could work. So I hopped on the PTS. I threw it together. I shuffled stuff around. I tried a bunch of different things. Dude, it took yesterday's build and straight up elevated it massively. And I'm super stoked about it. So this is what I'm gonna do. The reason I'm late for stream is twofold. One, I was hyper fixated on it on the PTS. I was like parsing and trying things out and just messing around. I was like, and my wife, he's like, you need to start stream. I was like, I know. And I was like panicking and trying everything out that I could. And then once I locked it in, I looked up the available pieces of the set pieces. and there wasn't a lot. So I hopped on live servers and selfishly, Sophia, gobbled up what I needed to make my build. However, well, let me rephrase. There's a lot of pieces, just not a lot of pieces in the right traits. So I grabbed the pieces that were available in the right traits that like worked around like what I have. The reason being, wait, I felt bad. I was like, man, if I go grab all these like good pieces, people are gonna be like all upset. I was like, wait a minute though, I still gotta play test it. This is the PTS. I don't want to like go crazy about a build on the PTS untested and like send people out like go gathering stuff and farming without like playtesting. So like it was for a good cause. It was for a good cause. But dude, we have more damage than yesterday's build, which is disgusting levels of damage. And every single stat went up. Health went up, stamina went up, penetration went up, multiple percent decrease in damage reductions went up. It was insane. Insane. Yesterday's build, Ashen, yesterday's build. Here. If you go do this, go at the bottom, there's a Discord link, click it, go into Discord and look at Doom of Things and just look at the past like day of chatter. That's the build. It's from last stream. The super TLDR of the journey was I decided to lock in Cyrodiil and make Cyrodiil my mission like 7 weeks ago. And so like I maybe 8 weeks ago, maybe a couple months, and I played like a bunch of builds. I figured out what I really liked. I found a version of a build that I really loved, and then I stuck with that build for like literally a month. And then Shattered Paths came out and supercharged the build totally coincidentally. I completely won the lottery on that, which is pretty awesome. And then the Werewolf came out, so I kind of copy pasted that set sort of to the Werewolf with a couple of changes. I copied the idea, copy pasted the idea of the Werewolf, and it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. It was completely nuts. And then they nerfed Shattered Path, and I was like, oh man. And I was looking at the video and some parses. We're very close in line to the sustained damage output pre-Shattered Path nerf, with every element of survivability from yesterday's stream going up. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Well, I'm logging in. What sets are we talking about? I can't take it anymore. I'll show you. I'll share everything. I literally was not going to stream today, and I exclusively and specifically am only streaming for one purpose. I'm only streaming for one purpose today. To give this information to y'all who are like part of the like game room and the YouTube lurkers that aren't. I see you. I see you over there. I see you. But I want you guys to have this. I want you guys to have this and like have fun with it and play it this weekend. And 90% chance this gets a build video. It's that good. I feel it's that good. So I want y'all to have the information before the video goes out, so y'all can go gobble up the pieces before the video post. Because I can almost guarantee that it's going to dry up to a degree when the video goes out. I don't know when it's going to go out, but pieces will be procured for sure. Hey, all good, man. Scroll down. Just look down, and you'll see the Discord little badge banner thing. You'll have to put your PvP pants on next week with them turning off Grey Host and Black Reach for Vengeance. Are they really? Done, Grumpy. Done. Easy. Done. So, sucks bad for me a little bit. So this weekend, we have family coming in. We have family coming in right now. Dude, what is this music? I hate it. We have family coming in right now, and they gave us a 4-hour window of when they could be here. It could be any time between, oh shit, 30 minutes from now and 3 hours from now. So we gotta keep social time short. We gotta keep social time short. Hey, Deadlines, what's up, dude? So I guess since Vengeance is turned off, well, let me back up. I was super dumb excited about playing this build Monday and Tuesday of next week. in Cyrodiil and whatnot. So I guess that's happening. How long is Vengeance testing? Is it the whole week or what's up with it? I'm on my phone. You should still be able to click the About button. I'm not trying to be difficult. The About button. 20 through 27. Dude. Fudge. That's all of next week. You could have stopped halfway through that statement. You were super dumb and leave off the excited part. Already more peaceful. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. I'm not excited. You know, can I tell you guys something funny? Are you, do we have a sensitive crowd here today? Can I make a political joke? It's a joke. Thought you guys getting your feather ruffled, or is it not a good time? It's a joke. It's a funny joke. It's a funny ha 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 joke. Okay, all right. All right. Don't go writing a letter to your congressman. Don't go sending me an email. It's just a joke. It's a joke. Okay, let me preface this joke with one thing. I'm not a political guy. I don't give a shit. I don't care about the right. I don't care about the left. I think it's all BS. If anything, I'm like maybe a little right-leaning because I live in Texas, but I just generally don't give a shit about politics. However, I find political humor hilarious. So, let me say this. I'm not making a statement politically, all right? I don't give a shit about politics. I don't care. I'm too dumb to care about politics. My idea about politics is leave me alone. Leave me alone and let me just live my life. That's how much I care about politics. That said, I thought it was hilarious of how like stuff just hasn't been working out for the administration for a while. And then like the statements were like, but look at the Dow. The Dow numbers are up. And everyone's like, F the Dow, I need groceries. And I thought that like, dude, that was hilarious to me. So I know now is not the time to poke fun at exhaust. I get it. It's emotional period. So I preface this massively with it's a joke. Okay? It's a joke. Ha 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 ha. I see like I see like an overwhelming amount of like output of just the people I know saying like Vengeance is awful, like please delete it from the game, this is stupid, you're pulling from like the main thing people enjoy, I hate Vengeance is bad, blah 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 blah. And Zoss says stuff like the Vengeance number tied Greyhost on this day, and like the numbers are really really great, and it just made me laugh and think of Trump, how like what felt like the community is saying, I hate this, but they're like, the Dow Vengeance is up 50% today. And it just made me laugh. However, let me add a caveat to that. I saw a couple of posts last night actually, of people talking about Vengeance and their experience. And they were saying it within the context of like, I'm not good at PvP, and I will if they're watching, hey, I'm gonna message you because I really appreciated this comment that you made, and it gave me some context that I never actually considered of the people who enjoy Vengeance. And he was like, I'm not good at PvP. It's never gonna be in the cards for me to be good at PvP, but I like to play PvP, and Vengeance is like a version of Vengeance is like the best opportunity of that for me, and people like me. I was like, you know what? I never considered that. I never considered that. Maybe I'm in, okay, so going beyond the joke, it was a joke. Maybe I'm in an echo chamber and like, it's really not like as bad as like I feel about it. And maybe I'm the minority of the situation. I genuinely don't know. I have no idea. All I know is I don't enjoy Vengeance I don't enjoy the idea of vengeance, nor do I know almost anybody who likes it. That doesn't mean that like I'm in the majority by any means. I could be in like my own little echo chamber about it. Okay, all right, moving on. That's my vengeance joke. That's my vengeance joke. Garth Rocket, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? How are you doing? Okay, let me read comments, see if I'm in trouble. I'm not excited. Okay, Grumpy gets it. I think we're cut from the same cloth. Hey, at least they're gonna be adding sets this go around. Oh yeah, the set thing. I think the set thing was the pushback. What was crazy is like, it's weird. The thing that I hated about Vengeance was it destroyed the thing that the main thing I love about the game. The multiple layers of horizontal elements in a build. It just kind of gutted that. And I was like, I don't have any interest in playing like a cookie cutter build. I'll play Marvel Rivals for that or something. But then they're adding sets to it. So that changes things. So then the people who were saying, I enjoy the more simplified things are saying like, well, now you went and mucked it up and added all this complexity with sets. I was like, dude, everybody's mad. Nobody's going to be happy. I can't wait to see how the dust settles. I can't wait to see how the dust settles. Hey, Garth Rocket. Hell yeah. Hey, I got a Garth Rocket for you right here. I got a Garth Rocket right here for you. Ready? Hold on, let me find it. Right there. Wait. That's a Garth Rocket. What's up, dude? Can't please anyone? Yeah, for sure. I do, like, it almost feels like I'm in the minority with how I feel about it. So I just keep my opinions buttoned up. I just don't play what I don't like. It's as simple as that. All right, we gotta move. We gotta skedaddle. We gotta skedaddle. I gotta go. I got family coming into town. And I gotta peace out. I guess next week is a PvE week, which, quick side note before we dive in. You know the one build in PvE I'm really excited to like... Leaving already? Dude! Grey House is gonna be gone! I'm not gonna do BGs all week. BG spam is like, in my personal opinion. And I feel bad for those that are BG mains right now. But spamming BGs... I say this as some... Okay, let me say it like this. I've been playing this game since 2019. I have over 13,000 hours in the game. Of my playtime, like actually playing the game, not on the PTS, I would say the bulk of that period of time would be Battlegrounds. I played Battlegrounds for literally thousands of hours for years. I love it. It's my favorite thing. I don't love it anymore because I don't like the current state of things. People who spam BGs daily, in my opinion, are getting, since BGs have been introduced into ESO, are getting like the worst version of the BG experience. You know what it is. Every other game's, you're on the wall, they're on the wall. 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 Like, it's clearly not in a great place. And I went from some of the most fun I've ever had is spamming BGs to like, I think I played 4 BGs in 2 months. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. I used to play dozens a day, and I played like 4 in 2 months. Maybe a little more, but not a lot more. So I don't have an interest in spamming BGs just to PvP for the sake of PvP. I'm not chasing the dragon that hard. The heroin needle isn't 6 inches into the vein for me to be doing that. I'd rather just kind of pivot to PvE for a week. We'll play some builds, and then we'll come back to PvP the following week. However, having said that, the one build in PvE I'm like kind of jazzed to like revitalize is the Shielder. It was a hybrid build. It was a shield spammer build on the Arcanist, I think it was, that also did damage. So you could spam shields and then do damage as needed, and spam shields and do damage as needed. So I think first thing next week, we'll work on that. I already posted that in Discord anyway. Hey man, I see you are really happy and excited about the werewolf news. You mentioned that today's stream would be short because you wanted to showcase a build. My question is, will we also get to see a video of the build? Do you mention it's a Discord link for it, but where is it exactly? Thanks in advance. Hey, I got you, man. I got you. Okay, let's answer those questions one at a time, and then I got to get moving forward because I don't know how much time I have left. Marion, here you go, man. First of all, I'm not trying to farm you over on Twitch. You can just go to Twitch, get this link, and go right back to YouTube. I don't care where you're watching. It doesn't matter to me. But just for the sake of my own time, if you go there, you click the About section, there's a Discord link for you. You'll have it. It'll be done. And then you can just pop back over on YouTube. Yes. So I think you missed the thing that I said at the beginning of the stream. I think you came right after. Literally, the only reason that I'm streaming today is to share this build so you guys can have it before I get the video out, and because I'm going to be gone all weekend. I literally probably will not be back in this room until Monday morning. I won't be able to check Discord. Like, I'm going to be gone. And this build is crazy, and I want y'all to have it. So those that are like here and supporting, lurking, part of it in any way, like I literally started streaming today just so you can have this today. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I'm pretty sure you check it through Steam. Oh, Steam, and then just a ballpark with console. I'll tell you this. If you want to get a ballpark, I'm saying 13,000 hours as like a just a ballpark. I don't want to be cringy and like say a crazy number, but I feel like in my heart that 13,000 hours is actually low, and I'll explain. This account that I stream on is my main account. It's my PCNA account. I have an alternate PCNA account, which I've spent a lot of time on testing PvE builds. I have a PCEU account. I have another account from back in the day that Doom and Wifey and I messed around with. I have tons of hours on Xbox. I have tons of hours on PlayStation. And then just gameplay hours aside, that doesn't even include like the thousands of hours spent like researching the game and making YouTube videos and just being saturated, website updates, just being saturated within the game itself. I think this will give you a good perspective. I'll show you my Steam profile for exclusively my one main PCNA account, and that'll give you an idea of how many. I bet you it's closer to 15,000 hours at this point. I bet you it is. Gameplay wise, this is my PCNA account that I stream on. 11,515.7 hours. That's not PlayStation. That's not Xbox. That's not EU, and that's not my alt account. Dude. It's got to be closer to 15, but I lowball it and I say 13. I've been around for a minute. I actually haven't been around super long as some other people. I just packed in an unhealthy amount of hours is what I did. I packed in an unhealthy amount of hours because I loved it. Okay. Yeah. 2,200 hours is, think about it like this. What we just discussed was gameplay time. That doesn't include time researching, studying, like a cringy word, but like looking up like spreadsheets and stuff like that. It doesn't include all the YouTube time, like being saturated in it. It doesn't include all the website time being saturated in it. It's an enormous amount of hours. Now, think about it like this. I believe it's 2,200 hours is a full-time job for a year. I think it's 2,200 hours, something like that, right around now. 40 hours a week for a year or something. Do the math of how many years of full-time job saturation of this game that is, like in 7 years. It's crazy. Like working a job and a half amount of saturation. That's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I got some fun news. Apparently, my account has been suspended for scamming someone. I've been on vacation. I've been really logged in briefly over the past 3 weeks to do writs. How can they suspend my account? I have a question for you, buddy. Have you opened up a ticket to appeal it? You may have some like quirky, weird like AI moderation thing that's worth an appeal, because that on the assumption you're being honest, like that doesn't make sense. Do me a favor. Go into your portal. I believe you. Go into your portal. Get your ticket number. Send me a DM on Discord or Twitch. Tell me please don't write a novel. Just give me the meat and potatoes of the situation. And Ron, wait.
No respect in here, but I still subscribe. Sheesh.
God bless him. He can't even fat finger the TTS correct. At this point, I'm confident that Ron purposely misspells words for the memes. Thank you, man. Thank you for 13 months. Give me the cliff notes and give me the report number, and I'll pass it forward and see what I can do. I can't do much, but I can like, hey, can you guys look at this type thing? Hey, I love you too, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Okay, let's do this. Let me run and pee super fast. Anything else? No, just pee. Let me pee, and then we'll get started. Burp. I'm back. Let's do this. Sin, Sit, Veronica. That is a crazy combination that you chose to use. Since your brain is basically all of your consciousness, are you just a brain operating a mech suit of bones with skim on her? I mean, obviously. Obviously. It's a badass way to go through life. Bladder of a 3-year-old? It's true. I do. I've been that way my whole life. My whole life, I have to pee a lot. I don't know what it is. It's always been that way. Since I was like in school, I had to like pee constantly. I also like. So you know what's the brand, the main brand of the little powders that you put in water bottles? What are those? Dude, my wife, hey, are you here? I think she just left. Damn. What's the brand of the little tubes of powder that you pour in a water bottle? not Mio. Like the Crystal Light. Yes, Crystal Light. Thank you. I have been hooked to Crystal Light lemonade for years now. I drink probably 5 a day on average, something like that. And I usually do like my workouts in the morning, which has like a bunch of water on top of that. So like whenever I start stream, I've had like lots of fluids. I've had tons of Crystal Light, lemonade. I've had tons of water. That's usually how I start stream, so I usually have to pee a lot. But I've always been that way. I've always had like little girl bladder. What are we doing? Warden. Werewolf goes. That's it. Okay. All right. I'm excited about this, y'all. I'm excited about this. We buy the 30. Uh-oh. Hold on. What's this? Oh, okay. We buy the 30, I think it's a 36 pack. You can buy a 36 pack at Kroger and it will last me like just under a week or right at a week on average. So I drink a lot of water bottles. I have a trash can like just out of arm's length here on the desk that literally always full of empty water bottles. 20-ounce bottle, 5-ounce bladder. That's it, dude. Xander gets it. Xander gets it. Okay. All right. All right. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Hands up. Shut up. Hush. This is why I streamed today. I want to share this build with you. Let me do this. Let me build my Fury really fast. Let me see that. Who's texting and why? Okay. Nope. 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 Charge just in case. Charge just in case. I wanna show you what I have on the dummy first. And then we'll break it down on why it's so much better than before. Let me build my Fury real fast. So you're addicted? Am I? Is addicted to water a thing? I guess. Your 20-mile humps in Germany, you missed fatigues during the whole time since you pee so much? No. I held it in. I held it in. And then, like, they had these... There was this, like, corner pissers. It was weird. I'll show you. Hold on. It's actually, damn it. I can feel the goldfish happening. Let me hit the black screen so I don't blind anybody. They had these things. Oh, dude, how do I draw this? Let me get, okay, so this is top down. This is top down. Okay, that's not too bad. That's pretty dog shit like symmetry, but that's pretty good. And then like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. It's pretty. Oh, I drew 2 more. It was 4-sided. It was 4-sided. Hold on. Accuracy is important. Hold on. We have. Okay, north, east, southwest. That's easier. North, east, north, south, east. I'm gonna do it like this. West. I'm about to blow Americans' minds, I think. Okay. And then hold on. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. I promise it'll make sense. It'll make sense. Stand by. The example is immaculate. I'm not reading chat. I'm not reading chat till I'm done. I'm not reading chat till I'm done. Okay. Ah, hell yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Everything will make sense. Everything will make sense in time. Everything will make sense in time. The complete example is very important. Wait, 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 wait. Wait. Let's discuss. Okay, so in America, we have porta potties. This guy right here, which I think the graphic is pretty self-explanatory. You get what's going on. In Germany / Netherlands for these events, they wheel in this, like, you can see the blue plastic. You see the blue plastic here? It's the same blue plastic thing. This is top down, by the way. This is top down. You're like in the sky looking down. So they have the same blue plastic thing, but it makes a northeast southwest like horseshoe type thing, and it's exclusively for pissing. And so like it was on multiple street corners. So as we're walking around, people would like run over and like just take a piss real quick in the thing, and then like run back into formation and like keep marching or calling cadence or whatever you were doing. So we had this going on, which if it wasn't for this, I probably no door. Not only is there no door, but like everybody is looking at you like that. They're watching you. No door. They're looking at your for the butters. Where's Krypton? For the butters in chat who pull their pants all the way down to their ankles and Lulu, we got some apples like sway their hips and like piss into the thing. Everybody's seeing your whole bare ass. Maybe you're the only one who watched. Okay, well maybe, but probably not. But maybe it's also possible. But anyway, they drop those constantly throughout the thing. So we had those. No privacy for bathroom usage in the military. Was rough getting used to do boot camp. Yeah, dude. Damn, I did not expect today to be like social time. I have socials. I have like a list on my phone of like fun social things I want to talk about. But since we're here, I want to talk about something. I did a thing in the military. Yeah, I did a thing in the military where let me do it like this. Okay. 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 I'm just gonna do this really fast as like a person in bed or whatever, and then like people hear whatever. So I did a thing on the military where there was no doors. Not only like in the wasn't barracks, the resting area. Not only did there's no dividers, and then there's no doors. It's just wide open. You just shitting in front of God and the people there in the thing. And then also, like, all throughout the thing, like, any bathrooms that ever existed throughout the thing were intentionally left wide open. The army. They're setting people up for success, aren't they? I'll be honest with you as well. I have not read chat in probably 10 minutes. Is there anything relevant? Veronica, is there anything relevant I need to catch up on? Or is it all nonsense? It's probably nonsense. All right. It's nonsense? Okay, I'm not catching up. I'm not gonna do chat then. All right, stand by. Stand by. None of this matters. I'm just building ultimate right now. Or fury rather. None of this matters. We're not actually doing anything. We're just building fury. We're just building fury. We're just building that fury. I comment on you boogie drawing, and then we're talking about girls peeing standing up. Yeah, we never. The word girl was not said. You freaking creeper. Not a single time did I say the word girl. You freaking creeper. Everybody look at Krypton. Everybody look at the creeper. Everybody look at the person who assumed we're talking about girls. Everybody point at Krypton. You should feel ashamed. Okay, here we go. Let me show you. Check it out. We'll make it like very easy to see for like mobile people as well. All right, this is the PvP setup. You ready?
Yeah, my bag is loaded up with snacks and different foods. Squeeze into this tiny shirt. My big bag has no room.
Big back. All right, here we go. This is the PvP version of this. Are you ready? I think you're gonna like it. Well, if you know what's going on, you should like it. So let me show you the sustained damage, and then I'll show you the stats. You're gonna be like, what? All right, here we go. Watch. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, I used that too early. I used that too early. Oh, I torpedoed these numbers. Oh, I torpedoed this. Damn it. Damn it, I torpedoed it. I messed up. I messed up on the ulti. All right, that's close enough. That's close enough. 46999. That's basically 4700. So I hit 4800 on the earlier parts. Let me do it once more and see if we can do that. Hold on. I had a couple mess ups. Let me see. We gotta save this ulti for 40%. That's the move. 40%. Messed up there again as well. I messed up there like super bad. Damn it. I'm upset that this damage that this example didn't play out like I wanted it to. Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. All right, hang on. Even 45, messing everything up is pretty good. Hold on. Not pretty good, like really good. Hold on. I know exactly what happened. 47 is good. 47 is actually where I wanted to be, but I also wanted to hit 48 to like mimic what I did earlier. Hold on. All right, there you go. Right at 4,700 again. So 47K. So 47 to 48K is like where the ceiling is. However, let's look at a couple of things different than before. Okay, so first of all, how does it, that's the werewolf animation. I can't do anything about it. First of all, damage is not like a flat plane on something like this. It's like small hills and valleys, bursty, non-bursty, bursty, non-bursty, bursty, non-bursty. But like, let me see. I think this is a good way to paint this picture of the value of what I'm trying to say. We'll go like this. We'll do this, and then we'll go. This guy. So if you're playing like a pure like bursty type build, then your damage goes like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a big burst build, and then once the burst is done, like you come down here and you tread water and you regain, regroup, get heals, rebuff, and then get CCs out, and then boom, it's up here again, and then boom, it's back down here. So, with this type of build, it kind of like rockets up to about the 47 to 48K area, but there's hills and valleys in there, so it goes something like this. So it gets well, I think that's a bad example. It gets like really bursty and then a little bit lower and then really bursty and then sideways and really bursty, a little bit lower, sideways and really bursty, a little bit lower. So that's a pretty cool element where if you have like the proper add-ons or like in tune with things to know when like this area is happening, it can help you like capitalize even more or whatever. So even though the end result is this at the end of 47 to 48K, you have areas that's much higher. Like I peaked at like 52K at one point, I think, on the PTS when I was just messing around or whatever. But regardless, right? All that aside, the end result is almost exactly in line as yesterday's build. Now, let's look at the difference between that yesterday's build and today. It's crazy. So I looked at every single gear set in the game that had the word status effect on it. I looked at every single gear set in the game that had the word frost on it. I looked at every single gear set in the game that had chilled on it. Everything that had those three things, I looked at everything and kind of evaluated as best as I could. So if you remember from before, I'm saying all this to give Look to the right of where I sit under the stuff. You're welcome. She's pressure washing. She's power washing too. What's the thing? Shit. Forgot what I was saying. You messed me up. It's okay. What was I saying right before she so consistently and aptly interrupted? Oh, sets. Thank you. So I looked at every single set in the game and I saw what there was literally a single set. So if you go here, so the main class of the werewolf is sorcerer. The main class when Shattered Paths was a thing was the warden. So I was trying to find a way to like bring the warden back. If you remember from yesterday, and I'm going to give the super bird's eye version of this, Wild Adaptation is a stacked base passive up to 5 stacks that gives you 333 weapon damage per stack up to 5 stacks. Likewise, Greenkeeper's Hide is a stack-based passive that gives you damage reduction based on how many stacks. Both stacks are based around status effects. So if you remember from yesterday's build, we had a static 100% uptime on 2 status effects. So we had 2 stacks of each. And then we would like ebb and flow at like a 75% up rate between 3 and 4. Today's build, I'm going to show you all the ways today's build is improved over yesterday's. Today's build has a static 3 stacks. So you get 1,000 weapon damage. You get 9% damage reduction. Baseline. And then you ebb and flow with about a 75% a rate of stack 4 and 5 hitting the cap. Then there's more, but wait, there's more. We are at 3,000 more health, which both of the damage-based heals scale off of max health. And it does this as well. This scales off of your max health. The heal from your spammable scales off max health. And then the heal from the swipe scales off max health. So you have more max health and then more healing from 3 of your main damage sources. You have over 3,000 more armor. 3,000 more armor. But wait, there's more. We also now, rather than bounce between like 6 to 12% damage reduction, we stay between 9 and 15. So our damage reduction from Greenkeeper's Hide is more. Our weapon damage increase, rather than 2 stacks and ebbing and flowing between 3 and 4, is now permanently 3 stacks, ebbing and flowing between 4 and 5 at a 75% roughly uptake. And then there's one more piece of that as well. We also get this guy here of, let's see, I think it's debuffs out. Minor Maim from Chilled, reducing the damage done by the target. So we have 3 to 6% damage decrease taken from our passives, 5% damage decrease from Minor Maim, 3,000 armor roughly increased divided by 660, and then another 4.5% damage decrease from additional armor, plus tons of extra healing, outputting the same damage. So this took yesterday's build and just like elevated it massively. So dude, right before stream, I was like on a dog. I was like a dog on a bone. I was just like chasing it. I was parsing. I was trying all kinds of things. I was parsing and changing and parsing, changing. I was like, people have to see this. So this is the build. This is the build. It's on a warden. Where's the complimentary pancakes? It's on a warden. A warden's required. It's my favorite class. I wanted to make it work on the warden. Everybody was saying you have to be a sword sword to make werewolf work, which I think yesterday's stream is like empirical proof. That's nonsense. And then like everybody saying like status effect builds are dead. And I was like, you know what? As a personal challenge, I'm gonna show that's not the case either. So we're leaning into a full status effect build on the warden on a werewolf. We have significantly more survivability. We have way more heals. We have 3,000 more health. We have way more penetration. It's just a massive escalation from before. And I'll show you what we did. I'll show you what we did. This is the whole reason I'm streaming today, is to share this screen right here. Boom. Get your screenshots. So we dropped Savage Werewolf for Sistress, the Sistress set. I'm going to tell you this right now. Go to Tamriel Trade Center, look up your pieces, and go get it now. I gobbled up all the heavy reinforced pieces of the main pieces. So there's basically like, I think there's like 2 total pieces on PCNA left for heavy reinforced. But there's a ton of stuff that you can retrade to make it work. This is, I don't care what anybody says. Numbers are numbers. Numbers don't lie. This is significantly, borderline, exponentially better than Savage Werewolf. On a warden. Specifically a warden. Ares Cry, Sistress. It is nuts. If you've never seen Sistress, which by the way, I have no Sistress pieces. I had to go get everything. I had 3 Sistress pieces in like blue of just random nonsense. I accidentally collected. So none of it was useful. I had to run around and go collect it. So let me explain what Sistress did. So the point of getting chilled was because we're a warden, and then I wanted to bring in obviously a consistent source of the chilled status effect. And then we also get our maim from it as well. So we get the damage source from it. We get the chilled whatever, which is not doing much for us because we have no crit and no crit damage. But then we also reduce the damage of the target by 5%. It's enormous, enormous. So I'll explain how it works. So Werewolf Sustain is mostly negligible. I think in all of yesterday's 6-hour stream, there was 2 total instances where I had sustain issues. I tabbed through the VOD. I watched all the 1vx. I was really wanting to learn. Like I wanted to like get better. So I was watching my fights. I was watching like what went well, what didn't go well. I watched all the little like 1vx clips and whatever. There was 2 total instances where I was out of sustain. Now, I understand the want to never have sustain issues. I get it. I totally get it. I'm not disparaging that at all. But I feel people are investing themselves in sustain that's not needed. It's unnecessary. They're lowering their survivability damage or both for the sake of sustain that they don't need. I think that's a big thing in a lot of builds. Again, I'm a pretty big werewolf noob. I don't play it a lot. I don't follow the news. I don't know like all the crazy like intricacies of it. But I keep my ear to the ground loosely. I see some stuff that's out there. I look at what like the people I'm fighting, and I see people like investing themselves heavily to like ulti-gen, which is like totally silly and you should never do. Like specifically using this morph. If you're investing yourself in ulti-gen on this morph, you're just there's no way to say it that you're playing it wrong. You should not have. Let me say it differently. Every bit of ulti-gen you invest in is nerfing yourself for output or defensive capability. That's not needed. It's like putting a hat on a hat. If you watch last stream, I would say 90% of the time I stayed between 400 and 500 ult. I never fell out of form. So I feel like people are artificially investing themselves in an area that's not doing anything for them because there's so much shit info out there. I talked about it a dozen times about how people are losing form. I'll get a video about that eventually. But this is a massive step up from yesterday's build, which, as you saw yesterday, like, it was pretty crazy. We were like a raid boss everywhere we went. So take a screenshot right here. Actually, let me give you a superstar. Do I have superstar on the PTS? Superstar would be way better. So you can have everything for this weekend. Because I won't get to play this until, I guess, a week. I mean, I'm going to be gone all weekend. Next week is Vengeance. So hell, it won't be till the week after that I actually get to play this in Cyrodiil. But I can say this. I have the experience to know. I don't need to play test it to know it's better than before. Like, every single aspect is better than yesterday's build. Every single element. Output, slightly better. Healing, way better. Defensive capability, way better. Sustain, the same. So there you go. Take a screenshot of this. If you have a werewolf warden, I have an interest. I have people who have commented like, I'm still gonna stick with the sorcerer and like Devlin's Demolisher and a pen set, or Gore Thief plus whatever set. I'm not saying that like disparaging those builds. Those are all amazing builds. But I would be interested to see this versus those builds, because this is what I can guarantee. This is what I can guarantee. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. But I'm going to put this stamp on it right now because I haven't seen anything close. I bet you that this is, for the level of survivability. Now, people have done like mad cringy stuff when I said this before. I would post the build and I would say like, this is the most damage. And they do some dumb shit by like going all damage CP, or like changing, dropping heavy to medium or light and doing more damage. Obvious, or changing food to like DPS food. Obviously that's going to be more damage. I'm saying for this level of survivability, when it comes to a sustained damage output on the werewolf, I challenge any build in the game that exists, period, that has this level of sustained damage. If there's something better, show me. I haven't seen it. I think this is the highest sustained damage with the highest level of survivability. Now, not everybody enjoys sustained damage. This is a very, very important caveat. This is a very, very important caveat. Bursty builds accommodate not lower proficiency in PvP, but lower proficiency in the mechanics of ESO. Because you don't have to light weave and stay on the light and bash weave and stay on the gas so proficiently as a sustained pressure build. So that's another like element in the mix or whatever. And I don't know how to like really quantify that to compare it or whatever. But if you press buttons fast, if you parse properly, like you parse and you do good DPS and you can bash weave, I challenge any build that exists in this entire game with this level of survivability that has this sustained pressure. I don't think it gets beaten. I think this is it. I think this is the top brick of the pyramid. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But the past two builds, I've put the same challenge out and I wasn't disproven. I think this is the most survivability for the most sustained pressure. I hope, I would love to be proven wrong. Please prove me wrong. But I think this is it. This is nuts. This is really, really nuts. So how Sistrix works is whenever you bash a target, you'll see these like icicle shards sticking out of them. So this is where this is where like individual ability and parsing comes in. So whenever you bash a target with Sistrus, you get this debuff on them for 15 seconds, I think. 15 seconds. So every light attack, if you read the tooltip, will do proc frost damage. So after you bash, you see the little icicles, and then every light attack does frost damage. Using a warden on double charge traits on our weapon, we have a very high chance to proc chilled. Let's see the chilled on the actual parts here. There you go. Right here. Chilled. Boom. And that also gives us our 5th stack of damage, weapon damage, and our 5th stack of damage reduction. So chilled's in the conversation now. Chilled's way up here. Boom. On a shorter parts here. Chilled's here. So we added chilled into the mix. Now, I'll say this. I don't want to set anybody up for failure. I love giving, like, sharing my wins and whatnot, but I'll say this, like, empirically. If you do not parse well, if you do not light weave well, this build will not work good for you. It's not as forgiving as Savage. Savage is 4 seconds. So you can light attack somebody. Let me double check just in case I set the timer wrong. I believe it's 4 seconds. It is 4 seconds. So with Savage Werewolf, if you parse slowly or you don't parse like super efficiently, all you need is 1 light attack per 4 seconds. Let me double check that. Your light attacks bleed every 2 seconds for 4 seconds. Yeah. So you only need 1 light attack per 4 seconds to get maximum value out of Savage. In order to get maximum value out of Sistrus, you need to be light weaving very well, like every global, because it says up to once every second. So that means every single second you can proc frost damage, and all the frost damage has a chance to proc chilled, and you're on a warden, which has increased chilled damage. That's how it works. So if you're parsing good, Sistrus is better than Savage. If you don't parse good, Savage is better. That's what I would say. However, if you can parse like moderately well, Sistrus is an exponentially better build. It's more top-end damage, it's more healing, it's more health, it's more stamina, it's more penetration, it's more peaks in the ceiling, it's more armor, more resist, it's more everything. It's like absolutely a better build in like every way. So there's the build. I don't think that this type of build gets better than this unless the game changes. I think this is the ceiling on a pressure build. It doesn't necessarily make it like the best build either, by the way. It's something to consider. I'm a big fan of, like, you know, high DPS stuff and sustained damage. I don't think that there's something higher that exists. Please tell me if I'm wrong. But also, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best build, if that makes sense. There's a lot of variables in there as well. If you parse good, Sistrus is better than Savage. If you don't parse good, Savage is better. Yes, sir. That's it. Done. Or yes, ma'am. Sorry. I didn't read the name. I just saw the words. Yes, ma'am. Done. You have LW and bash weave. You have to like, yeah, both. Well, you don't have to bash weave. So check out the Sistrus tooltip. That's a great question, actually. Let's read the tooltip of Sistrus. It says, when you bash an enemy, you place Sistrus Scowl on them for 15 seconds. So you only technically need to bash weave once per 15 seconds per target. You know what? Does this go on any target? It does. So you can have multiple targets. You can see eye shards. So you can have this up on multiple targets and it lasts 15 seconds. So 1 bash per 15 seconds per target. Everybody in this game can do that. Everybody. The question is going to be is can you light weave after it? Because Sistrus says after you've bashed, when hit by a light attack, the target of Sistrus Scowl takes frost damage up to once per second. So the frost damage is relevant. It's not zero. It's relevant. Let's see. Let's go to our 47k parts here. Right there. So Sistrus is roughly in line with our Ares Cry. They're both about 6%. But every single proc of Sistrus can also proc Chilled, which is what we're after. That's the whole point. So if you can light weave well, dude, this is crazy. Hang on one sec. Back, biggity, biggity, back. There you go, dude. That's it right there. I've only, because like, it can be so like gross and toxic on the PvP side of things. If you ever try to posture yourself and say like, I have... If you ever try to posture yourself in any way in the PvP world of ESO,
my bag is loaded up with snacks and different foods. Squeeze into this tiny shirt, my big bag has no room. Big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag.
I'm gonna turn that off because I feel like it's not important, but I want to say this thing. When it comes to the PvE side of things in ESO, I feel like when you have information that you put out there and you're like, hey, I have this crazy good thing that's like great to you to try, it's massively embraced. And people are like, oh, yeah. Thank you. I love it. But there's this weird culture on the PvP side of things that if you put something out there and you're like, hey, dudes, I think I found like the best thing in this area, you can say it as innocently and gingerly as possible. You're going to get straight up shark attacked. Everyone like, how dare you even pretend that you know what to do in the place that I play this game? Everything you do is trash. That's actually a very like consistent comment by the Dunning-Kruger idiots out there. But it's wild. That aspect is wild. But it is what it is. I put the challenge out there pre-Shattered Paths. No one posted anything that beat it. I put the same challenge out there with the werewolf with Shattered Paths. No one posted anything superior ever. This is only the third time I'm ever saying this, coincidentally, in like a 2-month time frame. I don't think that there is a higher sustained build that isn't some gimmicky nonsense like using Rally, which like we know is going to be garbage. That isn't a dummy humping build. I'll say that. I don't think that there is a higher non-dummy humping build with this level of defensive capability, sustained damage output werewolf build in the game. I think this is the ceiling. If it's not the ceiling, it's in the same conversation as the other things in the ceiling. If anything out there in this game exists better than this, please let me know. I said the exact same thing the last 2 times, and nobody had anything to say. I would love to see it. I want to see it. I would love to see this improve further from here, but I think this is the ceiling, dude. I do. I think it's the ceiling. I think we're right there with the ceiling. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. Let's see if we can knock down the 48 though. I think I got like 48.4 this morning. Let's build our ulti super fast here. Oh no. I just want to bring this down. Just down just a little bit. Okay, let's see. Here, I'll make it big so mobile dudes and dudettes can see it. All right, here we go. I think it was 48.4 or 48.38 or something like that. Let's see. I turned it off. I turned it off because I knew it was coming. Big bag, big bag, big bag, big bag. Damn, that last little bit is so variable. 46.5 is actually the lowest that I've had. I'll tell you what I've learned though. If you log out, because it's in the PTS, sometimes massively increases performance or whatever. I can start a timeout message when the mood strikes. I'm a fickle creature. You know why you got timed out. You know why you got timed out. You know why. Goodness gracious. We need a counter for how many times Krypton is timed out. We got to start at 100. We got to start at 100. You know what I want to see real quick before we do anything? Let me check the bash weave with this animation and make sure it's not like squeezing in more time than one per global. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. All this is gonna muck things up. So we'll take Ares off here. We'll take Sistrus off there. We won't have like crazy procs. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Okay, we should have 1 per second. Let me see. Rip. Bash. Light attack. 1 second. Okay. Rip. Bash. Light attack. 1 second. Rip. Bash. Light attack. 1 second. Okay, we're good. We're good. Here we go. It messes up on the PTS though. Look at that. They don't register. I think it's a PTS thing. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh. I know what happened. I know what happened. Okay, build our ulti, reset. We'll go Krogs. Let me see. Krog. Boom. Ares, AER, weapons. Boom, boom, boom. Good there. So the rest would be citrus. We need chests, citrus, frogs. I think that's wrong. Let me see. Oh yeah, that is wrong. No. We need a heavy crogs. We're gonna go 5 heavy crogs. I could cheese this and hit 50k if I drop some heavy to medium, but I'm trying to give you like a real setup. Okay. 2 impen, reinforce, heavy, good. Protective, Malakath lover. Okay, here we go. Dude, I don't care what it says. It's not registering. I think I know what I'm going to do to fix that. I think this is good info. This is good info. I think I know how we fix this on the main dummy here. Let me get our ulti back. Bad? Hey, easy. There we go. I think it's my mouse. I think it's my mouse. Wheel spam. Getting multiple inputs for bash. Yeah, right there. That was it right there. I can confirm that. Okay, I know how to work around that. It's an issue with my mouse, not the setup. So what we can do is this. We'll raise the bar, but like take the burden off my mouse here, I think. Right there. Okay. Was it save our ultimate for 40%? It's 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know if I'm getting PTS or what. Ulti is off right there. All right, well, it's in the same conversation. I don't like 46 though, dude. I don't like it. Hold on. One more. And we're gonna clear any PTS shenanigans here. Log out. Log out. Thank you, Boognish. I need the oh, you started with the ticket number. Got you. Thank you. Thank you. Got you. Man. What is going on there? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to get to the bottom of what's going on here. How long is normal stream? Sad, short, and you're almost 2 hours in. Wait, what are you saying? I'm sorry. I don't think I understand what you're asking. How long is normal streams? Said short, and you're almost 2 hours. Oh, 2 hours for me is not short. I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. My bad. 5 to 7 hours typically. 8 to 9 is like a long stream, but 5 to 7 is like where I try to hit per day. So we're still in like we're still in the short end of things. We put in some time. No. I'm good. I'm on a Doom Wifey will let me know when when her mom is here, and then when her mom is here, that's the first of the guests, and I gotta go. Doom Wifey, do you have an update from your mom? So she's still at her appointment, you think? And the time frame was 12 to 4. How do you feel about the accuracy of that time frame still? More 3 to 4? Okay, thank you. It is 2. So I have 1 to 2 hours, I think. 1 to 2 hours. I think I know what's going on. Let me look here real fast. Let me see. Okay, 1 second range. Okay. Yeah. PTS is kind of bugging, I think. 1 global. 2 globals. 3 globals. Well, let me see the first one. Feral, fiery, burning, dire wolves, poison, feral, rip, sundered. Oh, that's crazy. I think Bashweave is like mucking things up. There's no way that our first bash registered in global 4. Let me see the previous one here. Let me see here. There you go. Global 1. 0.3 seconds in bash. So we got our lighted. So this is how it should look. This is ideally in a perfect world. And under a global, so if you look at the time here to the left, the very left number is seconds. So 0 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds. So in the first second, we have our light attack, which we start with. And then we have our rip and tear, which registers 0.15, which is just over 1/10 of a second after, which that's how it should be. And then we have bash 0.2 of a second after. So within a third of 1 second, we have our light attack, our ability, and our bash. That should happen like over and over and over again. So if we go here and look here, we don't even have our first bash that registered until global, almost global 4. And I know I'm bash weaving. Like I've done this enough. This is, I think we're getting PTS here. I think it's PTS shenanigans. Let me see. I'm not gonna bash weave every ability once Sisters is up, but the beginning is what's really important. Okay, we're in good shape now. This is where we should be right here. Mid 45s. Right here, we pop ulti. There we go. All right, I feel better. F. I feel affirmed. I feel affirmed. All right. All right. That's how it should work. And I bet you if we go here and we look, we have light attack, rip and tear, bash, a third of a second, all 3 registered. Boom. Go to the next global here. We have our light attack, our ability, and our bash, boom, within half a global. That's how it should be. So the PTS can be a little funky in that way. A really big PSA to anybody wanting to mess around on the PTS. Let me give you my single greatest piece of advice of all the PTS things. If you're trying to like figure out like good damage, I can't explain it. I don't have an answer for it. There's a million theories behind it. It doesn't matter what the reasoning is. The longer you're on the PTS, the worse things will be for you as far as your output. If you're around the ceiling. So let's say like your parse is, the build that you have, the ceiling is 120k. And so you're parsing and parsing and parsing and parsing, trying to reach 120k. And you're like 119, 119, 118, 118, 118, 117, 116, 115, 118, 117, 116, 114, 113, 112. It like you'll realize that it's like getting rougher and rougher over time, and you could swear that like you're doing everything properly, and you probably are. Fatigue is a real thing, especially with like trying to get three globals, 3 things in 1 global. So we're light attacking, ability, and bashing all within 1 global. So you gotta hit 3 buttons every second. So every single second you have to have 3 inputs. It's a lot. It's a lot for like most people, I would say. It's a lot for me consistently. It's not easy. It's not easy as something to maintain unless you have like really good keybinds. But that said, all that said, whether you're doing PvP testing, parsing, like whatever, what I recommend as someone who has thousands of hours on the PTS is to completely log out of the PTS and log back in. I'll say this empirically. The vast majority of times that I have completely relogged on the PTS, especially opposite region, even though I've been told it's not a thing, I don't care. It's a thing. If you're on NA, meaning the EU PTS region. If you're on EU, then the NA PTS region. For sure, for whatever crazy reason, the opposite region, like your performance will like slowly like degrade a little bit over time. And every time I've ever relogged, my DPS shot back up instantly. So if you're like, I know it's better than this, try shutting it all down, not the computer, but closing ESO completely and going back into the PTS. And I bet you more times than not, you'll find like your damage going up. Are you excited about the Warden refresh? Hell yeah, dude. Warden's my favorite class. Okay, there you go. We're under 300 DPS, which is nothing, shy of 48. So I feel pretty affirmed. You got to see what I was talking about. We're at 47 to 48k DPS. We're at 3,000 more health than before, which 3 of our abilities scale off of max health. So we have way more healing in the build. We have 3,000 more armor than yesterday's build. We have much more pen than yesterday's build. We have minor maim that we didn't have in yesterday's build, reducing the damage from the enemies by 5%. And then we have an additional stack here of 1 to 2 additional stacks of wild adaptation, which influences your heals. And then, no, not in this regard. Disregard. And we have 1 to 2 stacks here, which decreases your damage taken by 3 to 6% there. So exponentially more survivability from yesterday. A little bit more damage, and just an overall like much more better build. Also, the really cool thing about Sistrus is it's a heavy set, which is pretty cool. So a lot of people aren't going to be like farming Infinite Archive. This kind of like does it loosen the lighten the burden or not? I'm not sure. Let me look at it. If you want to perfectly min-max, I don't think it like lightens the burden a lot. But I'll tell you what's pretty cool is Sistrus is a heavy set, and we want 5 heavy. So it'll help you pair together with Ares to have that 4 to 5 heavy gear set there. So this is what it like ideally would look like for you. I think gloves and belts are the 2 that Nern is greater. I think everything else is reinforced. I think that's what it is. We love a good rip and tear. Are you excited about the Warden refresh? Oh yeah, I just said that. Yeah, Warden's my favorite class. It's crazy excited. Crazy excited. So yeah, I don't think that there is a higher sustained damage output with this level of survivability. I would say this, and I say it as a challenge, which I don't know everything. I'm still a werewolf noob. I'm hoping actually someone like gets better. I would say this, if there is a higher sustained output, I'm betting right now that they have less survivability in some way. Less health, less heavy pieces, less something in some way. I think this is the highest sustained output post Shattered Paths nerf with this level of tankiness. What's up, Fox? How you doing, man? Welcome. All right. Now, I want to say this. I streamed today to give you this information because I know the werewolf is new and a lot of people are like excited about the werewolf. And I wanted you guys to have this. I almost didn't stream today. I was like, no. I'm going to pop on real quick just to share this with everybody. So here's my big PSA for the weekend. If you are interested in this, go now to the traders and get your pieces. I selfishly went and gobbled up all of the reinforced heavy pieces on the body. Most of them on PCNA. But there's tons of pieces that you can retrade. There's some good jewelry pieces. Like, there's lots of ways to chop it up depending on the Ares cry that you have. Go look at what you have for Ares and go look on traders now, because this is probably going to be my next video, and Sistrus will probably dry up really fast. And there's like no, like, I think there's like 1 relevant heavy piece available on PCNA that has a reinforced trait. So you're going to either be spending your transmute shekels or farming the set if you don't do it now. But I think this is pretty good. This is the move. If you're not, I know before I get to, before the question, before I get the DM, if you're not a warden, then you would replace Ares Cry with Savage Werewolf. But Savage Werewolf is not as good as Ares Cry for 2 reasons. 1, Savage Werewolf gives you 6% damage increase. Ares Cry gives you 10% damage increase. So you get additional 4% damage increase to everything. And then the proc from Ares Cry is typically either in line or a little higher than Savage Werewolf. And then the third thing is you have enough bleeds in the build to get your hemorrhage stacks. So it's, when it comes to hemorrhage, it's like putting a hat on a hat, essentially. So Ares Cry, Sistress on a Warden. Secondary option on a Sorcerer, Savage Werewolf Sistress. But I don't know how well that may or may not do. I don't know. I become the Wolf Vlasters today. Wait, I can get better for replace be Savage Werewolf. Oh yeah, dude, you should watch the beginning part of the stream. I go over it pretty in depth. But the TLDR is if you watch yesterday's stream, we have more damage output with exponentially more survivability, more health, which means more heals on 3 of our abilities, 3,000 more armor, and then we have 5% damage reduction from our chilled proc here, and then we have more penetration, which means our more penetration and more weapon damage, which means our bursty little random ceilings are higher than the last build. And then we have more stacks of Greenkeeper Hide, which means we have more % damage decrease. Like, in every measurable way, this is better than the build that we just dumpstered Cyrodiil yesterday with. So I wanted to stream today so you guys can have this. Please, if you have the proficiency to play this type of build, dude, please go try this. Please go try it. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. If you can light and bash weave, you're going to be like, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm excited. I won't. Apparently, next week is Vengeance all week. So, I'm gone all weekend. So when I log off stream here, I won't even be back in this room until Monday. I got like a really busy weekend with family here who should be arriving like any minute now. So I won't even get to play this build in Cyrodiil until the 27th, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days from now. 10 days from now. So I'm sharing this so you can try it out this weekend so you can have some fun before Grey House comes back on the 27th. Which, if you don't know, it's a Vengeance week next week. I forgot who said that, but like apparently Grey House is being disabled or whatever. Thank you for streaming and the info, even if it's PvP. You're welcome, Krypton. You're very welcome, dude. Dude, I owe you so many shekels when crossplay happens for all this help. You're very welcome, Dan. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help. Happy to help. If you have any questions, man, let me know. But if you've been around for a while, you know, like I'm rarely like geeked out passionate about a build. Like I have fun with builds, but like if I'm pushing a build like this, like I mean, at least I feel like you should know that means it's pretty good. I just missed it. Hi, what's up, Victoria? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I don't know how it compares to the Deadlands Demolisher pin sets. I don't know how it compares to the pin set plus Gore Thief. I don't know how it compares to like the other meta werewolf things. I don't really enjoy myself playing like meta stuff. I love playing like weird squirrely stuff that's outside of the meta, but just I haven't kept up with werewolf news. I haven't kept up with the builds. I don't play a lot of werewolf, but just like very loosely keeping my ear to the ground. Like I haven't seen anything out there like this. There's lots of really, really great builds, and I'm not saying this is better than the builds out there. I am saying one specific thing. I do think that this is the highest sustained damage output post Shattered Paths nerf with this level of survivability. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Do you have or can you look into a build to solo a Black Rose? Isn't Black Rose Prison like I wouldn't say easily, but commonly soloed now? Kind of like Dragonstar, like same general level. Let me see. Maybe I'm missing something. How hard is it to solo Black Rose Prison and ESO on normal? It may be. Soloing Black Rose Prison on normal is moderate to hard. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. A 4-man arena, KKKK, damage shields, heals. I don't know. If I'm being honest with you, I don't even know if I have a single normal clear. I think everything I've done the normal Hyperoxys. Shout out Hyperoxys. He posted probably the best experience farming build in the game. in Black Rose Prison, and I used his stuff, but like I don't think you go past like stage 2. And I did a bunch of like vet clears back in the day. I genuinely do not know if I have a single normal clear ever. So I don't think I have a pulse of like how difficult it is. I can solo DSA. Black Rose wipes me first boss. Oh, brother, yeah, definitely. You're definitely doing something wrong. For sure. First boss should be. It might be your build. We can take a look at that for sure. For sure. We'll take a look. I don't mind. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. I think I want to start with the shield spammer build. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about that. As much as you guys see me like do DPS and like damage related things, I am a support main at heart. Matter of fact, like I played League of Legends for many years as a support main, and I'm kind of like off the deep end in my own time in Marvel Rivals as well as a support main. I leveled in ESO as a healer in dungeons. Like I literally started as a healer. I think level 10 you can go into dungeons. So 10, I literally leveled from level 10 to level 50 CP 160 in dungeons as a healer. I enjoy the support role as like my function in like these type of games, or just anything like even kind of relatively competitive. And I miss it. I miss it a lot. So one of my most favorite support builds was the shield spammer build. It was like a hybrid build that like spam shields, but also like did beams or something. I can't remember, but this was like pre-subclassing. So I'm excited to definitely class masteries. So I think I want to dust that off next week. And it was something that worked, if I remember correctly, in BGs and veteran dungeons. So I would love to take a look at that as well. So like one bar is like all heals and shields, and the other bar is like all damage. And so you can have this like hybrid thing where you can go like all gas or all brakes depending on what the situation needs. Dude, I love that. So I think we'll take a look at that in the next week. Outside of that, I have no idea. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out. If you have any questions about anything, or not just questions, but like suggestions or oversights I may have, because like I preface all of this with I'm a werewolf noob. Like I don't play it very often. I don't keep up with like the builds and the news. There may be some like nuances I'm missing or something, whatever. All I know is I haven't seen anything out there at this level of DPS with this level of tankiness. I haven't seen it. If it exists, please let me know. I'll alter that statement. But I think this is the new Shattered Paths Wolf. I think it's the new Shattered Paths Wolf. We're 2k damage. Let me say it like this. I think, wow, this is a really great way to look at it. When Shattered Paths was out, everybody was losing their mind about how busted it was, which it clearly was. So they disabled it in PvP. Shattered Paths did about roughly right around 50k DPS. We're doing 48k DPS, so only 2k less, with way more defensive capability. That's insane. That's insane. So hey, thank you, Victoria. I appreciate you, lady. Thank you. So we've essentially circumvented the Shattered Paths nerf with the exact same type of build with more survivability. It's good, man. It's good. I hope you guys enjoy it that get to play it. I just realized Ares is warden only. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. If you're not a warden, you would replace Ares with Savage Werewolf. And I don't know how a warden with Ares plus Sistress would compare to a sorcerer with Savage plus Sistress, but I'm very confident as a whole package it's not as good, because you're going to be missing out on, like, I'll tell you exactly what you're missing out on. You're going to be missing out on 1,665 weapon damage and 15% damage reduction. And minor toughness, so 10% more health. It's a no-brainer, in my opinion. Although I'm not like super werewolf guy either. I'll be farming IA forever. Nana, and anybody else who wants to farm IA, let me give you my PSA. This will be my final thing, then I gotta go. This is my final thing. If you're trying to farm Infinite Archive for gear, please allow me to make your time easier, please. I promise you, for a lot of you, I will make things easier for you. Think of it. Think of farming Infinite Archive like this. Time equals money. Money equals chest. So time equals chest. So you want as many chests as you can get in the shortest amount of time. So how do you do that in Infinite Archive? Very simple. You throw on the highest damage build that you have. You completely ignore tankiness. You completely ignore status effects. And you use a build that you would use to get through Veteran Maelstrom or Vadistron very quickly. If you get a focused effort along the way, awesome. But it's not, if anything, it's going to add more damage, but it's not going to change things much. And what you do is you speed clear Arc 1 and 2 and reset. 1, 2, reset, 1, 2, reset, 1, 2, reset. If you get like a highlight reel of focused efforts, maybe go into 3, maybe. But typically 1, 2, reset, 1, 2, reset, 1, 2, reset. If you die to a boss, okay. If you die to the Arc 2 Marauder, all right, who cares? Keep it pushing. But killing the bosses and killing the loot golems will give you what you're after. The chests are going to give you your gear pieces. The schmeagles that you kill on the bosses are going to give you extra shekels to go turn in for coffers, and that's all you do. So the reason time equals money and money equals chest is the further you go into Infinite Archive, the longer it takes to clear each arc. So that means it takes more time to get to the chest. So Arc 1 and 2 is all you need. 1, 2, reset, 1, 2, reset, 1, 2, reset, 1, 2, reset. Don't go in a crazy tanky build. Don't go in something that you're planning for like Arc 45 or something. Go in like a very high, something that you would go through Veteran Maelstrom quickly if you want to get it done fast. Whatever that build is, that's all you need. Throw it on, fly through, pick all the visions that give you the most damage, and just go through it as fast as possible. Your only mission is to get to each boss as fast as you can to loot the chest. That's all you care about. That's the only thing. Once you get Thoat on Arc 2 down, reset. Don't go into Arc 3 unless you got like, I don't know, 2 focused efforts or something. Other than that, boom, that's how you farm it. That's it. There you go, dudes. I hope one of my mods got a screenshot of this build. I literally only streamed today for the people in the game room and the YouTube lurkers. I see you over there. Can have this so you can like have fun this weekend. Because I won't even get to play test this. It's looking like until 2 Mondays from now. Because next week is a Vengeance week. Well, Grey Host will be disabled. Maybe we like clean it up and like place BGs a little bit, but we won't get to get in Cyrodiil for how many days did we say? How many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll be 10 days before I get to take that build in Cyrodiil. But I don't need to playtest to know that it's better than yesterday. So if you like yesterday's, consider today's. Today's is crazy, crazy goofy. All right, dudes, I gotta go. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for everything, man. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for being here today. We'll see you on Monday. Wait, what? Oh. Listen. Have courage to do the right thing, even when it's difficult. That's when it's most important. Be kind to each other and love yourself. Because you're loved, especially here in the game room. I gotta go. We'll see you on Monday.